Hello and welcome to Rolling with Reviews. I'm Will, and with me as always is the high-scoring hellion herself,
Sarah.
And today we're doing a review of Super-Skill Pinball 4K. Sarah, tell us a bit about this game.
All right, in Super-Skill Pinball 4K, Jeff Engelstein brings the arcade classic to the tabletop with art, atmosphere, and roll and write mechanisms. Choose one of the 4 unique tables and matching back glass for scorekeeping, then roll a shared pair of dice and get the pinballs rolling. Get the high score to win. All right, Will, so why did we get this?
Everyone was talking about this game.
This just came highly recommended from like all sides, it seemed.
I was like, oh, you're doing a roll and ride. Have you done Super-Skill Pinball? Any of them? And
they're all good. You should get one. And the thing was, it was so hard to get one. They're like out. And then like the new ones that just came out, the Star Trek, and there was a holiday one. I don't think I ever really saw them in stock anywhere. I mean anywhere that we were looking anyways. I'm sure they were in stock somewhere. Good news was I've been participating in math trades, so we got this one, which is the original. 4K is the first one they came out with, and we get it in a math trade, and that brings us today.
Yes.
All right, so what do we like about the game?
Okay. So in the 2-player version of our review, the 2-player perspective and accessibility, rolling with 2, one of the things we mentioned was that a lot of times roll and writes aren't thematic.
Yeah.
In fact, I've even said, well, it's a roll and write. So, you know, what can you do? It's not going to be the most thematic thing.
Right.
Jeff Engelstein says, hold my beer. And he not only gives a great theme, there's 2 themes in every single table that you play. So the first theme has to do with how to recreate the feeling of playing pinball. That happens absolutely fantastic. You have a little ball that goes around and it keeps dropping down, and you keep trying to pop it up and hit all the scores. That feels like pinball. The second is the theme of the table itself, whether it's Carnival or Cyber Hack or what was the dragon one?
Yeah, there was, I am not remembering, but yeah, there was a fantasy one.
And then there's a disco one.
Yeah, there's Disco Fever or something.
Every single one is themed like a pinball machine would be to get you in the mood of feeling that level of theme. So it has 2 layers of theme, and all of them are very successful.
Yeah, because looking at, okay, not Carnival, because Carnival doesn't have what I call the mini game. It is.
Well, it has the strength of the.
Yeah, but it's in the main pinball machine part, so it feels like this is just teaching you how the pinball mechanisms work for this system. The other 3 are giving you this mini game that really captures the theme of it, and almost feels like it could be its own roll and write. A base for its own roll and write mechanisms.
Yes. Whether you're hacking into the major corporation or you're fighting the horde in the dragon.
Yeah, we haven't played the fantasy one yet, but I was looking at how it works. I'm like, you learn spells.
Yeah.
What? I'm playing a pinball machine game and I'm learning spells. So it's like this 2-layer, like you said, this 2-layer theme of pinball, and I'm getting a fantasy hack and slash game all at the same time.
Yeah. Or in the disco one, you're getting into the disco fever and the beats are getting hotter and everything's jumping and bumping and you're like Gracie Lightning, baby. It's awesome.
It is awesome. So that is just, it's brilliant. In fact, that's my next note here is just genius mechanics.
Yeah.
All these different, the way the dice can move you to different sections, and certain areas need certain color of dice, certain ones need, or not dice, it's the flippers. And then the different numbers from the dice will be like, okay, now I can go over here because I got this number. And it's just really engaging and just, I can't find another word for it other than brilliant.
Yeah, there's a lot of meaty choices whenever you make a decision, because as you fill up different sections, they can unlock new abilities. Maybe it'll give you a skill shot where you can just go, I'm going to ignore the dice, use that skill shot, and have that number as my go-to number.
Right.
Or opens up multi-ball, which blows Sarah's mind away because that means you're now using 2 balls on your table and the chaos just goes through the roof.
Yes. And it's just amazing that he could have stopped with just 1. Like, he could have made a game, and it's just Carnival, and it would have sold just fine. But the fact is there's 4 distinct games in here. In fact, we've only played 2 of them, the Carnival and the other side, the hacker, Cyber Hack. We haven't had a chance to get into the other ones because while they use the same system, there's tweaks to it and new things to learn for each new table that you play, which can be a little cognitive overload, which we talk about in our Rolling with 2 video, that there's a bit that you have to learn. So sometimes it's better to play one table several times to really get it down.
Yeah.
And then move on to other ones.
And I believe all the Super-Skill Pinballs are like that. They all have 4
I'm pretty
tables.
sure that they all have 4 tables. I could be wrong, but I don't think
I know the Star Trek one does.
The Star Trek,
our friends have that.
Yeah.
And they said there's 4 tables.
I don't know about the holiday one, and I feel like there's another one I'm missing.
Maybe a promo?
No, I think there's another full box.
Oh.
I thought there were 4. I might be wrong on that. So you'll have to check on that, but I thought there was another one.
Okay.
So the fact that there are what I feel 4 full complete games.
Yes.
In this box, and it's like $25 if you can actually find. I would have paid $25 for it. I just couldn't find it to pay $25 for. So I think it's a really good deal on that matter.
Yes.
And this is kind of a like-dislike. It's just a thing. It's good that this is dry erase, which is what we like. Because there's so much erasing that you have to do in this game. You could do it with a pencil. You just might end up ripping through the paper if you do.
Yes. It is very demanding in terms of what gets written, what gets taken off.
So again, I talk about that a little bit in about mobility challenges in the Rolling with 2. So just note that the good thing is it's dry erase. It's just you're still going to be moving that ball around a lot, marking, erasing, marking, moving the ball around. So there's a lot going on.
Yes. Yeah.
But that covers everything that we like about the game. So what do we not like about the game?
This is actually a very personal thing for us. So the game, on average, will be about a 45-minute game for most people. Not for us.
No. Unfortunately, this game is simultaneous play. Now, we've played other simultaneous games. Games that have simultaneous play, and we have to play them turn-based because Will can't do his turns on his own, especially a roll and write. There's just too many details for he can't see them. So we have to play this turn-based, which means we roll the dice. Then I have to analyze what my board is and make choices and do those things and make sure I've got everything. And then I have to go over here and help Will, and I have to be cognizant at least halfway about what he's doing so I can help him efficiently.
In 4 different areas.
Yeah, in 4 different areas. So I'm kind of playing 1.5 games, which is a lot for me to cognitively handle, which means I'm a bit slower at it. Even though you have made your decision pretty quick, but I want to make sure that you know all your options.
Right. So I'm not missing out on something.
Yeah, because half the time you're like, I know where I'm going, and I'm like, well, don't forget you also have this option. And then you can decide, oh, that's a better option, or no, I'm still going to do what I'm going to do. This game takes us about 2 hours to play.
Yes.
This game is not a 2-hour game.
No.
So this is, again, just for us, or this is a warning for those who play with visually impaired people. Not that it's necessarily going to be as slow as us. We tend to be slower gamers to start with.
Yes.
This one is just really on the slow side. So this takes a lot of effort for us to get to the table. I believe we're going to keep it. I don't believe we're going to rush out and get other versions of it.
Yeah, there's a lot. There's still a lot of game in this box that we haven't even touched.
And now I'm hoping, like you mentioned, if we play a board more, hopefully we'd get faster at it.
Right.
But I still doubt we'll ever get a game down to 45 minutes.
No.
It's just not us. So this is the thing we don't like about it. It's an us thing.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
Unfortunately. But who is this game for?
I would say it's for the intermediate and hardcore gamers that want to, play a roll and write that's thematic.
This, as much as I appreciate the theme on this one and everything that it does, It's not going to be easy to teach to more casual gamers or new beginner gamers because there are so many things going on with this game.
Yeah.
It's going to be harder. But for those who don't like roll and writes because they aren't thematic and you feel like you're filling out a spreadsheet, I'd say try this.
Yeah.
Now, try this for free because you can download this if you go to WizKid's website. I'll also have a link down in the show notes. They have the first, what I call the first two tables, the Carnival and the Cyber Hack. I'll get that one of these days for free. It's a condensed, very, what do you call it, simplified version. I mean, everything's there. So you're going to get the full experience, but it's not full color. It's printer friendly is what I'm trying to find the words for.
Right.
So you can try out both of those tables. Carnival does not have the mini game, whereas
Cyber
does. So you can see the complexity differences there, and you could try it out yourself. The only thing you will need is 2 dice and some kind of marker to act as the ball. So you can try it out yourself.
Yep.
All right, Will, our ratings.
So for our ratings, we each have 1d6 worth of ratings to give. 1 is low, 6 is high. We give a number, give a reason why, add them together, and see what it rolls for us. Sarah, what did Super-Skill Pinball roll for you? Well, 4K'd.
4K'd. It rolled a 3. Now here's the thing. This is a brilliant game design. Really, really is. And there's a lot I really, really want to love about the game. It just requires too much from me because of Will and I and our dynamic. The fact, like I said, that I'm practically playing 1.5 games. I'm exhausted after we play this. I mean, there was one time we played it and I was like, oh, it's early enough in the evening. I forget. I don't know how I forget this all the time. My brain dies usually halfway through the evening. But I was like, we can do it. We can get through it. No, we only got through like 1 round. And I'm like, my brain's dead. I can't play anymore. So we had to wait the next day to finish it. So the fact that our games just take longer and I feel exhausted after playing, even though it's brilliant. And I think the more I play it, actually, this was the one I did really well with, wasn't it?
I have not won a game.
So I obviously grok it.
Yes.
There's a lot of factors that...
You just come away feeling very exhausted, like you've been through the ringer.
I feel like I've been through the ringer.
Like you were the pinball that went into the machine.
But then on the other hand, the last time I played a pinball, I did feel kind of overwhelmed by it. But that was the noise. So I'm glad this doesn't come with a soundtrack because all the ringing sounds and the bink bink and all that stuff. Anyways, Will had a suggestion that I should probably try this solo.
Yes.
And see if I enjoy it more. Just comes down to, at the moment, I don't have time for solo. But I have a feeling if I played it solo, that might improve my score of it.
Speaking of improving score, it rolled a 5 for me.
Wow.
Because I did not have the problem that Sarah did.
That's very
because
true.
I was not overwhelmed since I didn't play 1.5 games at the same time.
Lucky you.
Yeah, even though I lost.
That's true. You tried real hard on that one. There was one game you were ahead, but then you failed to do something. You did a risk. That's the thing. You have to take risks, and sometimes they pay off, and sometimes they don't.
Yeah, and I don't think that risk would have even helped me because you just blew the mini game out of the water.
Yeah.
So mechanically, this is solid. Mm-hmm. Thematically, this is more than solid. It gives you twice the amount of theme that even a basic game that's, giant, fills up the table would do. This one takes that and doubles that. It plays multi-ball with theme. It feels like you're playing pinball. And I can't think of games that right off the top of my head that immediately feel like you're doing something without actually, literally doing the thing.
Right, like a farming game where you actually go in your backyard and plant some seeds.
So what's this farming game? Why does it have a shovel and a pack of seeds? Well, that's part of it. So go outside and deal with that.
That's true.
This game hits on so many levels, and the fact that inside a box you get 4 different tables that feel drastically different despite the fact being built off of
the same
mechanics.
system.
Yes.
You have targets in certain areas and bumpers, and generally speaking, those are used, but they're used in different ways on every table. And then you've got the ones with the mini game. They're all different. Okay, maybe I should change my rating, but I should probably leave it the way it is.
Right now, that exhaustion is very real.
It is.
I've seen her come away from this game.
He had to literally, like, almost, not literally, but almost pick me up from the table because I was just like, I can't do this.
And I like, you won. And she's like,
Yay. It's true. The exhaustion for me is real.
Yes.
So, yeah.
So, that's where her rating is. So 8 out of 12, fantastic game. I do say, because there are ways that you can try it out for free.
Yeah, try it.
Go ahead and try it. See if it actually does fit for you. See if it does exhaust you in some way or shape or form, because 3 rounds does take a lot to get through.
It does, but you need all those rounds
for the mechanics to be balanced.
Yes, for everything to be balanced, because you could have really terrible luck or really great luck. And if you only had 1 round, well, then it would really just be luck that determines whether you win or lose. But it can be, what's what I'm trying to find? It will equalize out over 3 rounds.
Yes.
So yes.
All right, that will do it for us. And Sarah, now that we've played this game, should we actually look for other Jeff Engelstein games?
Probably. Who's to say we don't?
Already have them?
We might. See, we're generally speaking not the type of people who follow designers, except like certain people that are like, well.
So we are the type of people.
We do and we don't. So I think we should.
Yes.
I think we should.
This has impressed me.
Oh, very much so.
Yes. And that will do it for us. And we've been Rolling with Reviews. And remember, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, you can reach out to us on the various social media platforms at
Rolling with 2. That's TWO. We are on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And on YouTube, please like and subscribe.
And if you have time, check out the other content Nanaman has found for you, because remember, he's rolling with you.